Hey guys, Danielle Butler here with your Thursday morning, March 26th WOD. And first of all, I want to congratulate James and Mariah Rudder on the birth of sweet Camille. We're super excited for you guys. Welcome to parenthood. You're going to appreciate Spark in a whole new way now. We're really excited for you guys. But what I want to talk to you guys today about is speeding up. I know that all of us watching this WOD video want our business to move faster than it is right now. That's why you're investing in yourself and taking 5 minutes to watch this video. And the thing is, there's a really simple way to do that. Most of us are just making the choice to not do that. These really simple steps. So here's the thing. There is a ton of momentum in Advocare right now. Not just in Advocare, but specifically on our team for those of us who got behind the shakes and behind the all-in challenge and that are promoting challenge right now, that type of thing, that are on board for the incentives. So between that and all that Advocare has done for us from the corporate level to make us a household name, they're making our job as distributors pretty easy. So it's really our job to just talk to people. So here are the two questions I want you to ask yourself. These are two things that we can each control, and we can increase this number if we want to move faster. So two really, really simple things. The first one, how many times a day am I telling my story? And the second one, how many times a week am I using the success system? So if you really tally it up, how many times a day are you telling your story to somebody? And how many times a week are you using the success system? To give yourself a really great gauge, and I've heard this multiple times, this is kind of what they use for Ruby Bootcamp. I heard Bob share this on the Warrior Call. You should be telling your story. If you're looking to really do this thing and increase your income here and move and advance and help more people, you want to aim to tell your story at least 3 times a day. At least. We've heard, and Only Believe, and heard Danny McDaniel talk about telling his 10 times a day. So 3 times a day you want to be telling your story and shooting for 3 to 5 appointments a week, okay? And just to remind you, those appointments are typically 30 minutes. If you're doing a three-way phone call, it's usually, right at 30 minutes or less. So all of us can carve out a couple hours in our week to get 5 people on the phone. If you're consistently putting 5 people a week on the phone with your sponsor, or bringing them to a mixer, or getting them plugged into a webinar, you are going to see massive growth in your business. And remember that lag time deal. It may not be right now. You may not necessarily see that your paycheck is immediately growing and bigger. But what you're going to see is a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, and a year from now, your business is going to be in a totally different place if you can do that consistently. And that is the real key, is consistency. So aim for telling your story at least 3 times a day and shooting for plugging someone into the success system 3 to 5 times a week, depending on how quickly you want to move here. I know there's a lot of really strong purposes in this group, and so that's why I'm going to challenge you to get out of your comfort zone and shoot for those numbers and make those a minimum bar. That's your minimum, and just to be totally real with yourself, if you're not hitting that mark, you're probably not working Advocare as much as you think you are. I know for us that was kind of a harsh reality when we really sat down and looked at how many times a week are we using the success system? How many times a day or a week are we telling our story? And honestly, we were kind of bummed when we actually looked at that and examined that for ourselves. So remember, if you want to earn income here in Advocare, a significant income, and who doesn't? Who's ever going to turn that down? We do 3 really simple things. We use the products, number 1. Number 2, we talk to people. Number 3, we invite them to see more. That is the proven success system that works, that for 22 years has been paying people big bucks here. That's what the top income earners in all of Advocare do. We have our hands on that same exact system. So here's the problem. Most of us, we're all doing number 1. We're all using the products. Most of us are really struggling with number 2 and 3. We're not talking to as many people as we think we are, because we think if we just put out a Facebook post, oh, that counts, when really that's not talking to somebody. And then that third thing, we're not inviting them to see more. We're not getting them on the phone with our sponsors, or we're not inviting them to a mixer. So really, a lot of times we're just not working it as much as we truly think we are. So if you're looking to speed up, I want you to examine that. For 1 week, go about this like you normally would, and calculate and figure out how many times a week am I telling my story? How many times am I using the success system? And if you're not hitting that bar of 3 and 3 or 3 and 5, then make that your goal and watch what happens to your business over the next month. And so here's my last little question I want to ask you. If you are telling your story that many times and you're still struggling to get people on the phone or to a mixer, I want you to ask yourself, what is your message? What's my message? What am I saying to people? Is it strong enough that it would attract me? Would I want to know more? What is it I'm saying? Because it should be so powerful. And it can be something as simple as, you know what, I tried Spark. It absolutely rocked my world. I had enough energy to keep up with my little toddler. I feel like $1,000,000. It can be something that simple, but it's got to be powerful. It's got to be enthusiastic. It's got to be excited to draw people in and something that they're looking for. So ask yourself, what is my message? Because the reality is, if the rest of America knew what we truly have our hands on here as far as an income opportunity, and they knew the kind of freedoms that Advocare can lead to, debt freedom, financial freedom, and time freedom, then they would be beating down our door to say yes to this and to get on your team. So I want you to ask yourself, is that the message that you're sharing with people? So that's all I've got for you. If you're looking to speed up, those are some really simple things you can do. But I hope that you guys have a great rest of the weekend. Y'all, it is go time. Weekends are not time to take off. This is time to put the foot on the gas pedal and get to work. So hope you guys have a great rest of the week and weekend. God bless you.